All right. So, guys, welcome back from the break. The Crass Menagerie has found themselves in a little alcove of crumbled stone and basically like a fissure in the entryway of, well, the Necromancer's Tower, the Shepherds of Fate's temple, question mark, where Yarcy has provided a place to rest in the form of a magically conjured tiny hut. And we are shifting over to, well, the group resting, settling down, and the first watch, which will be Yarcy and Grant. Is there anything specific you two gentlemen would like to do, or just kind of see how the first part of your shift goes?
No, I want to ask Yarcy. Yarcy, were you a cleric of the shepherd? Were you a shepherd before? Where does the jackal icons and stuff come from?
Oh no, I've never been a cleric or that. It's just my upbringing led me, or my life kind of led me to the Shepherd of Fate. Um, I don't know if you've ever seen anyone of my kind before, but I'm unusual um, in my coloration.
Oh no, I don't think I've met an Arakoa before. What
Most of
what's
them are light
like
colors,
feathers?
whites and tans and browns and stuff like that. But um, circumstance led me to be born with black feathers.
Is it considered a bad omen among Arakoa to have black feathers?
For the most part, yes.
I'm sorry to hear that. Probably was difficult.
It was, but it led me to the shepherd, and the shepherd has given me a purpose, and that purpose is, as of for right now, is to deal and dispatch undead.
Well, speaking of that, do you have any clue how we can, I don't know, purify this temple? Maybe restore it to its original use?
I kind of chuckle. Purification that you're talking about isn't my forte. The purification I normally do involves them meeting the shepherd.
Well, we're definitely going to need some of that, I think. Okay. Probably kind of walking around the circle, just kind of looking around, looking out, checking if there's any movement outside. I guess we're inside the building, so I can't even see outside the walls of the tower. Right, Adam?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yes, so you guys found a nice safe location, kind of in this alcove,
Yeah.
but you do see, because you are able to look out, and the time that you take your first watch, there's still daylight out. So, you're able to see, and they're not continuous movement, but there is some foot traffic of ghouls and ghasts and other, well, the things that you've been encountering for the past 2-3 weeks. And it makes sense as, when you guys entered, then Marb would have been tracking and looking. There's just the floor was just a smattering of countless footsteps and different tracks. So it's not like a continuous flow, but yeah, things just wander.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna kind of study my book of shadows.
Okay. Anything in specific, or just kind of comfort reading?
Basic comfort reading, jotting down information about the undead that are walking around, the ones I've seen, the ones I haven't seen. Occasionally, I'll ask Grant if they say, like, "Did you see that gas? Do you know anything about it?" And I'll just jot little notes down.
Okay. Um.
He would provide any information he has about,
Yeah.
stuff we run in.
So, just out of curiosity, you two can do religion checks, or one of you can give one of y'all advantage as you're just studying the undead for the next couple of hours.
I'll give him advantage. He's kind of recording the knowledge. I'm just kind of spitting
That's
up
fair.
little
I
bits of
will,
info if I can remember them.
I will again ask for guidance from the shepherd.
Sure. So, at advantage, just roll it at advantage and then roll a d4 since you don't roll the d4 twice.
While
That
you're
makes sense.
scribbling in it, Grant asks Yancey, God, what is the name again?
Yar.
Yarcy.
Mhm.
Grant asks Yarcy, kind of peeking over his shoulder, looking at the book. Is that a book of prayers, a book of spells, book of rituals? What kind of is that from the shepherd?
This is not from the shepherd. This is from the Undying, the one that gives me my powers.
You're not channeling the shepherd when you attack, when you fight.
Everything over there.
No, I'm not. I don't really channel anyone like clerics. I get abilities based on the pact that I made, which was with the Undying, and I have to follow some tenets that he has. But the powers are mine, but granted from him, not through him, if that makes sense.
Now he's out of your way.
GM, out of
Yeah.
character, knowledge from Grant. Like when Yarcy says from the Undying, what does that mean? Would Grant think that's like a demonic thing, or does he think maybe it's a misplaced religious idea or something like that? How would he kind of interpret?
Honestly, at this point, if you want to, you can roll me a religion check. Otherwise, I'm just gonna let you roll with whatever you kind of feel. Up to you. But if you want me to guide your answer, religion check. If you want to just go with what you feel right now.
Team, by the way,
What was that?
team for the role you wanted.
Yeah, 19 total. I got you. Just waiting for Angie to roll if he wants to.
No, I'm not gonna roll. I'm gonna. Okay.
No.
Grant's then probably thinking to himself like, "What the fuck is an Undying?" I mean, we run into a bunch of things. Because we run into a bunch of new things and new entities in the last couple months. So he's probably just Grant probably thinks that the Undying is like the Harvest Mother or whatever is just like an extension of gods, anyways.
Yeah.
And he probably thinks Yarcy doesn't even realize he's probably made a pact. He thinks he's made a pact with an avatar maybe of one of the pantheon and doesn't even realize it. Maybe I think that's how Grant would interpret it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Grant, just with your limited knowledge on the shepherd, you know that he is very much against undead. And you do know that Yarcy fulfills, at least from what you've seen of him doing and speaking with him, he is fulfilling the tenets of, vanquishing the undead. So,
yeah. He could be indirectly in service or in service through a third party kind of thing.
Exactly. Nice. Cool. All right, cool. So yeah, as you guys have time to study the undead that are, meandering by and all that, you see mostly the same ones that you've had encountered. There's shambling skeletons, there's mindless zombies, there's those husk zombies that you've seen. There's the ghasts and the ghouls, and then the man-eaters and such. The things that you're able to ascertain or share information with is, the more physically intact they seem to be, it does seem to resemble more of a connection of intelligence and such, as you guys had discerned that the ghouls can still speak very broken, Language as you were fighting them, some of them were saying pain and stuff and kill. And you remember them on the hills as you guys were studying that they were the ones that were observing y'all and watching you guys as you tried to distract them and stuff like that. So Yarcy, you're aware that ghouls and ghasts and stuff, they're not just mindless. They have intelligence. They can think. They can plan. There really is nothing else that stands out in the form of other types of undead that you haven't seen yet. Perhaps it's just the luck of what's walked by, but that's kind of what it is.
Okay.
Anything else? Yeah. So I guess with studying, I guess I would say you guys know, and Yarcy, you would just kind of know this as a whole, like undead nature, right? They don't need to eat. They don't need to sleep. They don't need to breathe. They like to eat because, well, they can.
Oh, don't look at me that way. I got no more chicken.
They don't really suffer from exhaustion. Poison tends to not really do much to them. And then some of them might have other niche kind of immunities, be it charm, be it fear. It just kind of depends on what you run into, but nothing concrete. You're able to, bounce ideas off of each other, but you can't like know going into it with a 19 total. So with that, if nothing else is going on, yeah.
Probably wake up. Who's next? Davis and Marb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interestingly, it's very easy to wake whoever's in here. Everyone's just comfortable, safe place. Yarcy, if you wish to, I don't know what you want to do, if you actually do want to go to sleep or whatnot, but you do need your rest.
I'll go ahead and go.
Okay. Yep. So Yarcy, Grant, eventually you guys are able to go to sleep. And Marb and Davis.
I will actually.
At this point, it will be dark.
I was gonna say I actually will put on my armor.
Okay, that works.
And just go. Like I assume we're probably no more than like 10 feet from the door.
A little bit further in,
Okay.
but yeah, like 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, I would just go and kind of like peer outside, see what's going on, see if I hear anything, but as quietly as I can.
Okay, self check.
And I keep forgetting that I can add my freaking merit dice to it, so I'm gonna do it this time.
Mm-hmm.
Good, I better, because that's a 3. But then I add a whopping 1 to it, so that's a total of 6.
Total 6. Davis, as you kind of head out, you hear the sounds of the dripping water as it's just kind of traveling along the roots and the withered vines, and you're kind of make a little bit of a splash as you step in like a little pool of water. You kind of look around. Nothing. And you keep walking, and then you do eventually head out towards the entryway.
Yeah, not going out, just kind of like peering out.
Yeah, peering out. And as you're peering out, you kind of put your hand up on, the side, and you're kind of looking over, observing. It's pretty light out just because of the moon and all that. But then you feel the wall kind of shift a little bit as you put your hand in where it's essentially crumbling, and it's a small, and then you see just things, and then you just start running your way.
Yeah, I'll get back to the dome as fast as I can. I mean, how far is it? Like
35
okay,
feet.
I'll
So
just get back into the dome.
Yeah, you're able to just. Marb, you hear the clanking of Davis.
Yeah, as soon as they get in, I'll just put my finger to my mouth and be like, shh. Like maybe he might not be able to figure out where we are.
Yeah, and Marb, as you kind of see it, you're like peering through the dome. You see, even because there's enough moonlight coming into the entrance that you guys can both see. There's just about 7 or 8 different types of ghouls, ghasts, and zombies are flooding through, just looking. They keep running past the alcove and just.
I'll just like quietly whisper. I will quietly whisper and just be like, "Yeah, we might have to wake everybody if they don't go away."
Okay. That was spooky. Let's not
Sorry,
do
yeah,
that.
I kind of slipped. My hand slipped. Sorry.
Mhm. So, yeah, they just seem to be, some of them continued running, like just kept running into the temple for a while, but yeah, we'll see. Anything else you guys would like to do or discuss on your watch?
I want to apply the silver resin to my bow
Okay.
in anticipation for. No, because how long is the next watch? That'll be more than an hour.
I mean, it'll be a total of 8 hours that we're gonna be resting.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
then
you
I'll
do
do it in
it
the
like,
morning, first thing in the
yeah,
morning before
first thing
we
in the
depart.
morning. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Um,
I'm just gonna open the door real quick while you guys discuss if there's anything else you're doing.
I do want to ask Davis, like, what do you think of Yarcy? Like, trustworthy, friend of Dragnor,
I mean,
really Simon?
no, I don't think he's Simon. That's Rock. Um, I don't know. I mean, remember last time Dregnar had a friend, like they brought us here on false pretenses. I don't know that Davis would use the word false pretenses, but they
Mhm.
lied to us and got us in trouble in here, and so I like Dregnar, but being his friend doesn't really
I
mean
mean, I
that
don't
much
think
to me.
Amara lied to us. We just didn't know the Oracle was going to be a witch.
I don't know. Yeah, he's got a lot of neat tricks. Like this thing is super cool, this dome. But
I know. So
I
it's
don't.
pretty sweet. I'm just like, I don't know. Did you see the colors of his feather? Like,
Yeah, it's.
weird, right?
Is it? I've never
It's,
seen anybody like him. I mean, you and him are different. Like, I know you're both
oh, yeah.
like, but you're different. But I mean, you both have
Um,
similar coloring, right? Like, is that weird? I don't know.
yeah, but that's part of what makes us different. Like, for me, dark color, or for my species, dark colors are the norm.
Hmm.
Opposite of that is his species, which I can't pronounce,
Aarakocra.
Arcocra. They're very light colors. So seeing one that's dark colored is just very disturbing. Like,
Huh.
I don't know.
I mean, it
Could
looks
it be
okay to
like
me.
evil, spooky? But he saved us like from all the undead, and he seemed to. I mean, his goals are aligned with us, so I have no reason to distress. It's just like unnatural to see. I don't know. He gives me like the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. No.
That's all that spooky, creepy magic.
Yeah, like I never understand that stuff, and as long as Al and Rock and Calusor and them all seem to think it's okay, then I'll think it's okay. But I got my eyes on him, that's
If
for sure.
yeah, the second if you ever think he's not good, um, just give me a signal and I'll have an arrow flying at him in a second. And if I ever just shoot him out of the blue, trust me that I
Okay.
probably have a good reason for it.
Well, yeah. Okay. Although you did shoot Rock too. Sorry, should we be scared about Rock?
Oh, we hallucinated that together. Yeah,
Oh, right. Jeez, that's so weird.
maybe that was like a premonition of like shooting someone you trusted,
Hmm.
or that Rock is Simon. But
That's true. I don't know. I'm
yes.
gonna keep watching these. So, are there still the undead just kind of like milling about around outside the dome? DM?
Roll me a d20.
Oh, okay. I'll do it in D20
Ooh.
or in roll 20.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hello. There it goes. There's 18 of them.
So yeah, quite a few have just been not necessarily like a couple of them are actively still searching, trying to figure out like where the hell did you go. A few of them had funneled back out, and then there's like one or two that are just kind of just observing and not doing too much. So maybe about of the 7 or 8 that you have alerted, there's 3 that you can for sure see still kind of within, the visual that you have in the outcropping, or not the outcropping, the alcove. There we go.
You know what? I'm gonna pull. Hey, there's only these 3 left. You and I can take them out together. I've got a bow now too.
Can I wanna try this. Can I shoot them from
That's what I
inside
was
the
gonna
dome?
do.
You
I
can
was
try,
gonna
yeah,
take the
for
composite bow and try and shoot him.
Sure.
Yeah.
So attack roll.
Actually, if you want some pointers, like I'll help you. Do you attune to bows? I don't know. Like,
Am I proficient? I'm proficient in all martial weapons. So.
ooh, you fancy.
It's a warlord,
Sure.
baby.
You take the one over there. I'll take the other 2.
Okay.
Alright, let me drop a couple random nonsensical things for you to shoot at, and you guys can just tell me.
No, wait. You take the one on the right. I'll take the one on the left. Whoever kills their one first, go for the middle one.
Okay.
And whoever kills the middle one,
You know
we'll
me.
we'll bet like a gold piece or something.
I'm not here to steal the glory. You know me. I'm
It's
I'm
a
the
fun
helper.
game.
Alright, there's one random undead.
Oh, come on.
There's another random undead. And let's just grab a random ghoul. There's a random
But
undead.
if they rush us and bring a lot of their friends, I'm gonna blame it on you.
All right.
Alright,
I'm gonna take the
So-
slowest and biggest one, the easiest one to
so
hit.
that would probably be that
All
guy.
right, yeah, I mean, I'll get the one on the left. You get the other guys.
Okay, I'll take the one on the right.
All right. So first
Okay.
attack roll. That sucks. That's an 8 to hit.
Oh, jeez. You still might hit. I think it's a zombies only. Yeah, zombies only have an 8 AC.
Nice. So yeah, that's the composite short bow. So you want me to roll
Okay.
damage too?
Yes.
Okay.
Please use that.
1 for a total of 3.
3.
Actually, how
yeah,
is it
you-
3? Oh, is it because I'm not proficient? No, wait. Why is it only
No,
plus
you should
2?
be able to use your strength. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at your character sheet.
Yeah, it says the damage is d6 plus 2, but it should be plus 4 if it's because it's because it's not using the strength. Well, that just says
So
when
we
making
can-
attacks, not on damage.
No, it should. That means both. So override to hit override. No, bonus to hit bonus should be +2. So damage bonus should be +2.
So if I reload the page, it should be updated. Oh yeah, I see
Yeah.
it's +7 and +4. Okay, so yeah, it would have been a 10 to
There
hit. And now it's 5 damage.
Nice. So yeah, you pop them. This one is like just barely hanging, like barely, together.
And I'm just
Like, you
looking at
see
the other
that-
ones, like seeing if they react.
Yeah. So as you release it, and Marb releases one
I
shot,
rolled
22.
22 to hit and 15 damage.
Yeah. So Marb, that one that you're aiming at is the one that seems to be kind of like sniffing around and searching, and you see it as it kind of like, crawls up on like all fours and kind of leans over and now kind of notices the alcove that you are in. You just release a bolt and just pop it right in the eye. Where Davis releases his his arrow, and it flings and it flies and it hits the one kind of undead is kind of just like in the neck, and then they kind of turn in the direction. You guys can do your next attacks.
Sure.
Wait, do I still have an extra attack?
Yeah, why not?
It does
I just
not.
didn't know if it was gonna fall. Okay, yeah.
So sure.
My next one hits, I'll do damage. I
Yeah.
rolled a 1 again, so 5 more damage.
I rolled, well, I guess 11 damage, but
Yeah, so as you guys kind of release the next 2 sets of arrows, they are in whatever states, and you drop them before they are able to act. Until this one ends. Yeah, and the dome just seems to be in place.
Nice. Cool. I like that.
is the middle one still standing?
Yeah, the middle one's still standing, and the sound of the collapsing, 2 bodies gets its attention. You hear like the rattling of its bones. It kind of turns, and it's dragging some sort of bladed weapon, and it's making a lot of noise.
Oh, just barely.
Actually, with this one, your 9 actually misses. You shoot,
Ooh.
and you make contact, but it doesn't seem to like do anything. There we go. That'll hit.
Okay, and 15.
Yeah, it drops.
Nice second attack.
So yeah, you guys are able to dispatch it. All 3 of them that were seemingly paying attention.
I'll just
Great
wait.
shooting, man.
Thanks, man. I'm not used to it, but it's pretty fun attacking at range, I guess. I still like just
Yeah.
being up in the business, you know.
You know, you stay healthy, you shoot stuff, and you see it fall down. It's pretty fun.
Marb, as you were kind of watching Davis, fire his bow, you would not be able to fire what he is firing. That thing is
The draw weight on it
required-
is insane.
The draw is insane. Yeah, like, it's a
Man,
nice bow, but it's not meant for you at all. It is just what the hell. Like,
here, can I borrow it for a second?
Yeah, sure.
So I tried first normal.
yeah,
I can't do it. Then I
Yeah.
grab the bow with my feet and pull it with both hands and try to balance the arrow with my beak. Come on.
Careful, man. You're
I'm
gonna hurt
poof, let it go.
yeah. It's
Whew, okay. That's tough, and I give it back.
yeah, it is exhausting for you to use it. It's just yeah. But yeah. So let's just see what the noise that you guys created. No, you guys seemingly, with the dragging of the bladed weapon and the noise of the thuds and all that doesn't seem to gather the attention of anything else. And the rest of your night shift will essentially go quiet.
Okay. We get the next guys. I'll let them know. Yeah, I accidentally alerted some, and they came popping in. But Marb and I, sharpshooters that we are, just took them out.
So Al and Cal, you guys are awoken for your next shift. You see Al. Actually both of you, because you have high enough passive perception. You just see that there's a ghoul that's kind of hanging over the outcropping, and then you see a skeleton that's kind of crumbled, and you see just a zombie that's kind of fallen. It's like leaning against the wall, just slowly, just kind of ever so slightly sliding down as gravity does its thing.
So they had some time for target practice, I see.
Those today. Yep. So Al and Cal. It is dark. It is, you guys took an early to rest. The first watch was still during sunlight, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. So at this point, it's maybe getting around midnight, 3 in the morning or so. 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, if I think I did the math right. So it's not, you guys have plenty of darkness to go with whatever you want to do.
Well,
Jesse or Corbin.
Al, I would kind of like to go through the scrawlings one more time, if you don't mind assisting me with anything that I need translation-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on board. We just need to. I need your help remembering that we need to look up every minute or so, just in case. I don't know. I'm a little nervous being right next to the tower. We've been talking about it for so long. It's different to actually be here.
Yeah, for sure. Hans is supposed to come and warn me. He's in the doorway if anything crazy happens. So he is out there watching.
Nice. That'll help a lot.
Yeah. So Adam, I would like to go through the ledger and the scrawlings and any notes that we have. Still wondering about Hans in the ghost death that I saw of that, and just is there any mention of a kobold companion or slave or soothsayer or anything like that in the scrawling?
So
can I silently inspire him, or quietly inspire him?
Yeah, you can. And since it'll be the two of you, and I'm not going to make y'all do separate checks because you're just basically have all the documentation out, when you're guys trying to piece things together. You both can do investigation checks, or one of you can do it at advantage via and guidance / inspiration / whatever, however you guys want to do this. So figure out who's doing what and go ahead and do a roll.
I think I'll give you advantage and inspiration.
Okay.
My investigation's not great.
What do I get with inspiration?
Inspiration is
1d8.
1d8.
Oof. Okay, 25. Yeah, that's right. That.
Oof, yeah.
And investigation.
This symbol means egg.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So going through the 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 two sources of documentation, the scrawlings and the ledger, as well as when you found the dark pages in the ledger. Uh, through the next, it will take y'all essentially the rest of the watch to kind of piece things together. But if you guys are willing to go through the watch and piecing things together, you guys will actually uncover quite a bit of details that have been missed or eluded you guys in the search of what Cal, you're trying to really focus in on. There just seems to be other things that pop out, especially working with Al, who more easily can translate this document because the base language is infernal. And some things that you've thought you've understood and translated correctly actually have other meanings. And just kind of going off like a checklist, so not in any particular order that you guys find out, but in the ledgers and in the family history and some of the lore about the math shaws and all that, they're the head of the family, Casper Mathshaw, the one that is the blessed of the shepherd, his family inherited the boon. An interesting thing that reading it at just a glance seems like it's a like flavor text, pointless, just something like just I don't know, like to a random compliment or just a way to describe the character. But he was known for his intense focus and devotion and when smiting the undead and dealing with it, and he was known to never avert his eyes from his target. He didn't close his eyes when he swung. He was able to stare down the most terrible foes in the name of the shepherd. And there's a drawing of like an upper, bust of him, and you see that it's him and his equipment actually, and it's you see him, some sort of probably like a breastplate or that, and then had like a type of cloak on, with some heavy clasps here on each side of his shoulders that seem to, iconography of the shepherd. Uh, but interestingly enough, you don't see his face. What you see is a helmet, a full helmet that is rounded and comes kind of to a point at the chin. It has slits for the eyes. It's oddly familiar. And you see in the detail work that there's like, they tried to make it so his eyes look like they're glowing.
Al, is that helmet the helmet that we found in the visor that we found in the hag's hut that Rock's been messing around with?
Oh, can I tell?
Yeah, it's the visor.
Oh, I think it is. Oh, this is a lot. Oh, that's got a history to it. That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
I wonder if it gave him the ability, maybe, I don't know, if it helped him kill undead maybe or something. It seems here like he was known for being able to kill the undead.
It does seem like it have a purpose or something. I mean, it's been intimidating up to this point, but I feel like the undead are they kind of ignore that. It's got to have something. We should before we take off in the morning, we should ask Rock and take a look at it or something.
Yeah, definitely.
That could be something big.
Does it mention in there, Adam, how he died?
Betrayal of his daughter.
Okay, that's right.
It's the whole.
Yeah.
And okay, so the other things that you're managing to put together through the whole investigation check, looking for soothsayers and oracles and mentioning a specific kobold, no, nothing like that actually comes out. But you did read and come upon sections that Elsa Weir, in her time during the Black war was known to, in villages and townships and all that, to have collected the anyone that was supposedly had some sort of ability to soothsay, to farsi, to fortune teller. She had an extreme interest in those individuals, to the point in which she enslaved them, kind of forced them into her service. It's kind of the best that you get out of that. The other aspects that you pick up on, and this is actually from the black speak part piece of the parchment where Marb had pieced it, peeled it off, and you see it. Kind of, and it's kind of by chance that you guys find it. It's the light source that you have to help you guys see in here, be it torch or that. It just happened to catch it in the right way where some of the ink kind of reflected and all that, and you were able to kind of see through the page. This, this leather-like parchment, and you're able to kind of go to it, and you realize that it's actually two parchments that have been like kind of stuck together over a long period of time, and you miss this, and you're able to very carefully peel it apart, and in there is an accounting of, well, the horror that was Elsevier. It is a tale that when she was, fighting in the Black Treaty or in the Black War, that rather than retreat and rather than give up ground and take the wounded and the injured away so they could recover, there is documentation that she went into the medical tents and cursed and turned the injured into mindless husks and set them upon their enemies so that they would have reinforcements to fight. And then in the scrawling portion, Cal and Al, you will see that there are mentions of like the dugout hills. They were digging for something, that there is somewhere there around the engine there's ore, and you will see that there is mention of one such dugout hill that the hags were using to get inside of the tower. And that's how they found their way in and out of the tower, essentially. And it's not the main entrance. So, anything else, boys?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and it kind of depicts, at least on the thing, it says, look for the giant guardian statue, and there's a hill that is closest to the tower. There you'll find a dugout hill, and then follow the tunnels.
Yeah, Al, do you think tomorrow morning, I mean, we can definitely ask people, but do you think we should go in maybe by this other entrance or try and go through here? I feel like this way is going to, I mean, if I were a necromancer, the main entrance would probably be pretty protected.
I think it's worth a shot. Because the other piece of the scrawlings with the ritual, I felt like that was a facade, a lie, but they may have had more control over everything else there, and we may just not have researched as much as we should have. But
Yeah.
I feel like most of this is stuff that they felt was safe. They felt they could share with each other. I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah. We can talk to people in the morning, see how they feel about it.
Definitely, yeah.
Okie dokie. Anything else you guys want to discuss or anything in particular?
I would walk out. I would actually cast like Pass Without a Trace on myself and just walk out to the entrance to just do a quick survey of like out there and check on Hans and make sure all that's fine.
Okay, yeah, you got plenty of spell slots. So yeah, you're able to do that. You go ahead and just give me a stealth check, just because you are in very dangerous territory.
Yeah.
I nervously keep an eye on him from within the hut.
Gotcha.
I thought Trace is plus 10.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think for you it's like a 15 total.
Yeah. Then 5 more for the stealth.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Al, you see him step out, and he's, you see the darkness kind of cling to Calisor, and he just, and then you puddles. You don't see him. You don't hear him step in any puddles, making any sounds. You don't hear any loose stones kind of flaking off and all that, and he's just out of the sight once he turns the corner to go away from the alcove and towards the entry. And you just see Cal, you just see Hans just kind of on like stationary kind of overwatch patrol, where he's not really moving. He's just kind of just blending in, essentially.
Okay. I'll head back into the dome and wait out the rest of the watch, whatever's left of it. And I said that would take most of our time, so.
Yeah, the studying and the research would have taken the majority of your watch. Like it was a lot of work for you to do that. But y'all managed to find some more information. And short of that, because you were stealthy, because you guys were not too loud, you guys are able to complete your watch. Everyone is able to rest, complete it, and officially you guys can all ding over to level 7.
Hooray!
As you probably have about 1 hour left. About an hour. Well, I'll be nice. You have about an hour left of the dome. As you guys start all coming to.
So much HP now.
Fucking nice God.
Anita told me to stop being nice to y'all.
We're all gonna die next time.
Yeah. She's in a good mood. So she's like, be mean to them. I'm like, okay. Yeah, she just said it ruthless.
It's coming. I can feel it.
Take levels away from them while you're at it.
Yeah. So welcome to level 7. Yeah. So interestingly enough, because of when you guys started the watch and the 8 hours or so, it's still dark.
These don't go, do they?
Sure they do. Why not?
Because my ankles show. I look like a mom. Do I look like someone's mom?
The boys are laughing. I didn't mute myself. She's got Converse on. No, not Converse. Vans on. No, Converses.
I look like someone's mom. I'm gonna wear heels.
Okay, I'll put heels on. They go. They just.
I look like someone's mother.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are able to ding over, rest. You guys have about an hour left of the dome. Go. People are hungry. I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, I think we decided on rations, right? So everybody mark off a ration.
Yeah.
Time for some jerky.
Yeah. Rock, you slept all the way through, so enjoy that.
Yeah, nothing triggered me waking up.
Yep.
Even Marb like contorting himself inside the bow.
It didn't sound too noisy.
No, I guess not. Yeah, we were trying to be quiet, so yeah.
When the man is in his shell, the man is in his shell.
True. He's inside of a shell inside of a shell.
It's kind of true. All right, I'm just refreshing everyone's sheets just to make
For
sure.
some reason, I can't edit my HP to go up.
Click the hammer and anvil.
And then I did manage hit points.
And then on the rolled HP, just put whatever you rolled. like on top of whatever's already there.
Yeah. I hit apply,
Hit apply.
but then I go back to the sheet and it goes back down.
Do a long rest. Do a long
It was
rest.
doing that to me as well. I actually had to change it on the character sheet itself, not on the anvil.
Do a long rest and then refresh the page as well.
I got almost perfect portent.
What'd you get? Like a 19 and a 2?
19 and a 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You just
Oh, Adam, I got to roll a d6.
Oh, and Jesse's got to roll
Right.
a d6. Is it?
yes. So Jesse D6, Yarcy D6. Anyone that has to recharge items, it's
Oh yeah, we have to roll for that, don't we?
yeah. So let's go through equipment. Horn is missing charges. So Al, roll me a D6.
Okay, so is a roll per item, not per character?
It is per item. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Not happy with the pants.
Oof.
On that one.
Well,
Hands are for noobs.
What horn?
Okay, so Horn does not get a charge. Calisor, you have the punishing shard on you today,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Dregnar 3. Druid. Okay, so your wand kind of shifts into, a more natural, viney kind of appearance. And then, let's see, what other items have charges taken off?
I posted mine too.
I got
I think
two.
that pack needs. Let me check the pack.
Very good. Casual, but comfy and nice.
Yeah, the survival pouch.
They work. All right, go ahead and roll the pouch.
So what do you roll?
Yeah, what do you roll for the pouch?
Well, first you got to roll a d6. It's always a d6 to see if you recharge. Ladle does not recharge.
Come on, guys. Jeez.
Drift globe is good. Drift globe.
That's
does
the
like
one we don't care about.
it. Survival pouch does not charge. Hearthguard charges.
Well, if everyone's doing it in here, this is for the boots.
Heartstone does not charge.
Okay.
Boots.
Oops.
Suspense. And then we'll take a break after this recharge because I gotta walk and eat it down. Nope, boots not recharge.
Son of a.
All right, boys, we'll take like a quick 5-10 minute break, get some drinks, and we'll go